Untitled, but who cares? And I'm doing another TV video, and this one's for the Disney Studios films. And this is from So White, so I put it down, So White to Encanto. Yes, I know there's one more coming out next month, which I think is called Strange World, which looks good, and I will do a review on that. But the thing is, I want to do a TV video, and I thought, why not Disney? And I got four categories. I got all-time classic, great, and watchable, and of course sit. So I'm going through each one now. So the first one is going to be So White and the Seven Dwarfs. And I'm gonna say it's on great. The reason why I'm saying that, because you gotta understand, back in the day, that was groundbreaking animation, and the technology had back then wasn't what it is now. And gotta admit, it's still a good looking film for what it is. And the story, yeah, it may not be the greatest story and all that stuff, it's not, but it's still an enjoyable story. So I'm gonna put it on there as great. Pinocchio, I'm gonna say, or I'm gonna say there. I'd say Pinocchio is better than So White with the story, and again the animation's gone better. And the problem I have with Pinocchio is, damn, the kid, I do love this film, but they got older. Then seeing the material it came from. It's like, yeah, it's dark. Yeah, I know the same with So White. It's dark too, but the difference is it's not that. There's only like one or two stuff it's dark. With Pinocchio, there's a hell of a lot of it took out of it, and it is twisted. I love the story it told on that version, but obviously because it's a children's movie, obviously it got to take all that out. So to me, it's still good. It's done a good job. So I gotta say great. Fantasia. Some people might hate me for this. Some people might like me for this, but I put it up there as all-time great. The reason why I'm saying, again, it's not number one. There's no way it's number one, but the reason why I put it on the top bracket, because it was something was released at the wrong time. Because this, if you know the history, Fantasia was a big flop, and sadly, it's never been a big flop because the idea, especially back then, was so amazing with classical, music mixing with beautiful animation. You know what I mean? Telling stories with the music, and God, some of the animation is gorgeous too. And yeah, A1 blew my mind, and I love Fantasia, and it's up there as one of the best for me personally. Dumbo, watchable. Now, the reason why I'm saying watchable, because it's a very short film. If I remember right, it's under an hour. I think it is. You can watch this film, and the story is very, very, very basic. Again, there are memorable scenes in it, like of course the mum got to away from Dumbo, the drunken scene where he's seen pay for elephants, which again that fucking scary back then for me, and of course the one we can't talk too much about now because today times, which is the racist quarrels, which to me I didn't like them. Now, again, I understand today's time, yeah, it's racist, but go admit, back then, it was different back then, and how you can't judge people back then because that wasn't normal back then, you know what I mean? And to me, yeah, it's stereotypes, but at the same time, it could have been a lot more worse, you know what I mean? I've seen worse stereotypes than the clothes, so to me personally, I actually like them. I thought it was fun, charming, you know what I mean? It got a little charm. And the last bit is of course he flies, and again, except from those bits, it's like it's sort of a basic, quick story. You know what I mean? Bambi, oh Bambi, Bambi, Bambi. I'm gonna say I'm going to put Duck Behind Pinocchio for me personally. I know loads of people say why it's not on its all-time greats. Be honest. I think the reason why people put it on the top of the list is because of one scene with Bambi's, mom dies. You know what I mean? I think that's the only reason it put it up there. And to me, I think there's another film done a better job of dealing with death and made a better film, which I will later on. There's a little hint there, teeny. You know what I mean? So yeah. Now the next one I'm gonna put was one because if you go through the history of Disney, during these times, it was having trouble, especially with the World War II incident. And also that back-to-back wars, not just World War II, World War One as well, in the same way. Basically, two back-to-back world wars, and that's halted our nation a lot. Especially, it's starting to make an advert for both sides. Yeah, that happened. Know what I mean? And instead of releasing a brand new film, what they do is they release a collection of cartoons and put it as like a film. You know what I mean? A now film. And we got a lot of these in the older years. Whereas 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 older years. And to me, probably the best ones they done was the first 2. So what I'm gonna do quickly is I'm gonna put this one and this one there. Yeah, I know people say why it's not on great because technically in not films, but at the same time you can't be too harsh or put on shit because of the time period done. And like I said, it wasn't bad, to watch. It was fun to watch still. So I'm doing this one a bit quickly. So I wouldn't say it's shit. So I'm not being that harsh on it. Cinderella. Cinderella. I'm gonna say I don't think it's great. I know people might attack me for this because saying why is not up there. I don't know. It just didn't have that same impact what I had. I wasn't as a kid. My sister loved it. She loved stuff like that. But to me personally, I wasn't that mad on it. Yeah, it's fun to watch, but lately, I think it was like 2 years ago or last year I watched it with my niece and I enjoyed it, in today's time, you know what I mean? And yeah, I think it's a good film. Again, I wouldn't say it's watchable, it's still up there as unbelievable animation, but at the time and also the story it told, yeah, it's a classic fairy tale, you can't beat that. So, Alex in Wonderland, yeah, all-time classic because I actually love this film. I love the animation, I love the style of it. I love it go dark sometimes, but at the same time, it go to a different twists, all that stuff. And at the same time, yeah, I know the materials it's based on is a lot more darker. I know that. But at the same time, I used to watch this film all the time as a kid, and I love the characters, I love the world they made, on the animation style, and yeah, I love this film. Peter Pan, I'm going to put it behind Bambi on great, because yeah, it's a great film, but at the same time, it's been, I don't know, it's been what mood, and Peter Pan is one of those ones that, yeah, I think the best part of Peter Pan is the villain. Captain Hook. I mean, he's the best part of the whole film. You know what I mean? All the rest is like, whatever. But Captain Hook stole the soul from me. So, to me, on story wise, like, yeah, it's fun. You know what I mean? So, I'm not going to put on watchable because there's a lot more good qualities to it. You know what I mean? Lady and the Tramp. Lady and the Tramp. There, I'm gonna put ahead of Bambi. I think it's a very good film, especially telling the story of no matter your wish or poverty, you can still fall in love, and yeah, it's a fun film. and the animation's good too. The song, there's one or two songs, it's catchy. Yet there's one that now not many people hear because of, racist, the cats, know what I mean? But aside from that, it's a great film. But I put ahead of Bambi, but I think it told a better story than Bambi did. Shrieking Beauty. Okay. I'm gonna say it's better than Fantasia. It's up there. The reason why I'm saying that because again, Anne is beautiful, and also the villains. The villain with the Maleficent. She stole the movie too, and yeah, it goes to look at in today's time and called the three fairies or godmothers or fairies. You know what I mean? That's what I'm pissing in now. You can't not go wrong with that. So yeah, I think it's up there. 101 Dalmatians, easy. One of my favorite. It's one of my favorite movies. I wasn't a kid. Yeah, I know some people say it should be a bit low, but to me personally, this was my childhood. I used to watch the film all the time. You got the villain again. Cruella de Vil, and last song, Cruella de Vil, Cruella de Vil. You know what I mean? I can't sing the whole song, can you get, copyright, but again, she's one of the most memorable villains, and also technically, you go through each villain in Disney animations. Does not make got no reason why I think she's the only one in my head that she got a reason why she's bad. Got no reason why she's bad, sorry. As he was to end the play Twisted, which is so fucking funny. There's a scene in there showing all the villains, their backstory, and Cruella de Vil is the only one that all she wants to do is kill dogs for a coat, you know what I mean? Again, fucked up. You know what I mean? So I know technically there's a new movie, Cruella, which is a good movie too, but at the same time, it's not, you know what I mean? It's not, what you call it, the setup really. It's like a what if, basically, you know what I mean? So 100 Dalmatians is up there. Sword of the Stone, I gonna say there. I think that's no movies on my childhood too. It might not be a heavy impact compared to 101 Dalmatians, but I remember watching this film quite a lot, and it got me into history too with King Arthur, all that stuff. And again, I know this is not real King Arthur, but you know what I mean. It got me reading about history and all that stuff, and yeah, I enjoyed Sword of the Stone. I like Mervyn, the wizard. I like him as a character, and I think it's a fun little film. Jungle Book, yep, it's up there. Fantastic songs, fantastic characters, fun little story. I think it's definitely up there as one of the best, especially for soundtrack wise. There's loads of memorable songs in there. I want to be like you, know what I mean? All stuff like that. Up there as one of the best. The Attacats, or I think the Attacats, I think it's called. I'm gonna say just there as it's a good movie, but at the same time, it's nothing that special compared to the other ones ahead of it. And I think it's still better than Bambi and Peter Pan and all that. But again, it got one good song, and I think that's it. Not much impact on me, basically, but at the same time, you know what I mean. Robin Hood. Robin Hood is a trick one for me because I used to watch this film all the time, and I'm gonna say, just there, because this is the thing. I loved it as a kid. It's one of those I did watch a lot, but at the same time they got older. It is one of the weakest adaptations. I get it. It got cut a lot out because again, it's dark. You know what I mean? But at the same time, compared to other DC movies, there's a lot more better done with this. You know what I mean? And also, you know what I mean? It's one of those ones. So I want to say that Winnie the Pooh. I'm gonna put that on watchable. The reason why I'm saying that because I wasn't a man Winnie the Pooh, but at the same time, it's not that bad too. Again, it's a collecting little stories, you know what I mean? And yeah, it's a fun little thing to. It's a fun little film to watch, but at the same time, you know what I mean? It's one of those ones. The Rescuers, yeah, it's same again. It's nothing that special, which wasn't mad on it, but at the same time, it's one of the weird films. As later on the tier list, the sequel was unbelievable. Compared, he watched the sequel and watched the Rescuers one. He watched better know that you're thinking they are two completely different films. It's weird. It's one of the weird ones. So, Fox and the Hound, yeah, up there. The reason why I say it's up there is the story. It took a big chance on the story. First, we got the animated scores. The second way to set the story with this fox and this hound become friends, and then they get older. It become enemies. It's a very dark story for again a family movie, and it done a good job balancing it. And it's a fun, charming movie. Unlike the sequel, which is yeah, we don't talk about the sequel because yeah, that's just fucking awful. You know what I mean? So yeah, Fox and the Hound is up there on all-time great. Now the Dark Code, and this one hurts me the most because I know there's people. Yeah, it's all. This is the thing. Yeah, if you go back film wise or that, yeah, it's awful. But at the same time, it's it's has so much amazing potentials, and I love the world. I love the art style it went with it. I love it. But the problem with Dark Hosen is it was especially the start of the video on the Dark Hosen movie. It got loads of problems like the characters are annoying. Um, some plot don't make sense. It's like what the fuck? You know what I mean? It's dumb. So I realistically I should put it there, but I can't put it. I gonna put just there washable. It is washable, but at the same time, it has so many potentials, and with all the live action remakes we're getting over the years, I seriously, Dark Horse is the perfect one to do with because technically it's needed because it's a film that got potential but ended up being a mixed bag. And I think if Disney do Dark Horse and do it its justice, I think it'd be one of those best live action remakes we got over the years. So I think Dark Horse is watchable for that reason because the potential it got. The Great Mouth Detective, yeah, I put up there. I don't people want to say why. Again, it's me myself. I always watch this film. There's no one I used to watch all the time. I loved it. I had so many amazing times with it, and it was fun. And also, it's Sherlock Holmes. It's Disney based on Sherlock Holmes. What can you moan about that? It is so fucking good. I don't care. I don't care. Um, Oliver and Company. Mm, okay. There. The reason why I'm saying that is, yeah, the soundtrack is unbelievable. It is unbelievable. But at the same time, the story, compared to the other ones ahead of it, is better storytelling, basically. But what put up there is the soundtrack, basically. It is a good fucking soundtrack. Little Mermaid. There for me. Yeah, I hate saying it. I wasn't a big fan of it. Little Mermaid. I never was a big fan of Little Mermaid. But me again, watching my niece a while ago. I gotta admit, yeah, it's one of those films that save Disney, and you can see why. Unreal soundtrack, beautiful animation, and the story is good. Yeah, it took some dark bits from it, but at the same time, again, it's a children's movie. Why, you know what I mean? You can't put all that stuff in there. So yeah, I'd say Little Mermaid is on the all-time tier. And now, Western Rangers 2 Down Under. This the one that this the one that made me I find so fucking weird. What is that on the first one? That is a forgetful movie compared to Down Under. Oh my god! I'm gonna put it just behind Streaky Brucey. It is one of the all-time classics. It is an unbelievable movie, and I don't get it. It's so weird how one film can be forgettable and the second one can be so amazing, so mind blowing with the animation and the story too is so good. It's so weird, and I want to do a review on that one day because it is a fascinating weirdness of how it become basically. And Beauty and the Beast, yeah, all time great because multiple reasons. One, it's the first animated film to get an Oscar nomination, and forcing the committee to make a new category virtually. And shows you animation can be an impact on film wise, and to me, on animation, this proves animation can be up there as one of the best on storytelling, on soundtrack, on the way it's filmed, that stuff. Yeah, I know people the way it's filmed. It's animation. Yeah, I mean the way it's drawn. I mean, the way it's drawn, it is a beautiful film to look at. The songs is memorable. It's still on my head in this today as I watched this as a kid, and it's still in my head. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's a fascinating story. And I think yeah, it does the same thing with compared to the source material that it took dark bits out. Yeah, I know that, but at the same time, it done a good job of adapting it to a family movie. You know what I mean? It's one of the best ways it done it in a way. So yeah, it's up there as one of the best all-time classic. Aladdin, just behind Jungle Book. This is the thing with Aladdin. Aladdin for a long, long, long time was my favourite Disney movie. And they got older. Thankful, like I said before, twisted. There's a lot of flaws in it. But at the same time, what just makes this film so mind blowing at the time is one is the animation. Again, it's Disney. The animation that era was unbelievable. And the other thing too is work on the soundtrack. The soundtrack, 18 songs, so like Beauty and the Beast, 18 song is so memorable. It's on your head, and of course the late Robbie Williams. He stole the show as Genie in this, and to the point there, probably story behind the scenes that it was that over the top behind the scenes that he cut stories out to put more him in it because of how good he was performing him in behind the scenes. Which again, I can imagine that too. I can imagine why Williams would do that. So yeah, to me, yeah, Aladdin is up there, but I still think it's not better than Beauty and the Beast, Fox the Hound, and Jungle Book. I don't think it's better than them on story wise, but it's up there. You know what I mean? Lion King, yeah. Like I said before, with Bambi, yeah, loads of people are gonna say Bambi should be up there. Bambi should be on top. Look at the top 10. Like I said before, I think more people might put that there because the death scene. Basically, one for the death scene, it's just a great film. Again, it's not a mind blown film, but to me, it's a great film. But with Lion King, it took death, but took it further with, like I said, we're doing this era with Disney, with unreal soundtrack, unreal animations. It's like on the great Renaissance firstly, all started from Little Mermaid, and this was saved the fucking company because it was going bankrupt at that time, almost bankrupt at that time, with stuff, Alicia wasn't making money, and this proves as one of the big hits they done. Pocahontas, I don't feel my attachment for this. I hated it. I tried as a kid. I didn't hated it. Then I tried again a couple of years ago. I couldn't get into it. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's one of those films that I could not get into, and even the art style, yeah, it's beautiful, but at the same time, there's so many better looking DC films ahead of it too. At the same time, I don't get why they did the fact why. I don't know. Again, people got different opinions, but to me personally, I don't like Pocahontas. Notre Dame. Not Notre Dame. Yeah, all time great. Yeah, I know people gonna say, really, not Notre Dame. Yeah, the reason why I'm saying that is, I don't know. I think the story of him being, yeah, again, if one don't want to talk what dark bits from the, away from the material, but I still think they done a good job. And go admit, there's some dark stuff in this, like Hellfire. The song Hellfire is fair to him or seven older woman, and he want to do stuff to that woman, which I'm not going to say, but it's a bit fucked up shit. And yeah, it's weird. But for some reason it still works, and it's still a fun film. Yeah, the only problem it got with it's only got one good song in the whole movie, and that's Hellfire. Otherwise, it's okay. But compared to what I said with Aladdin, Jungle Book, Freaky Booty, and Lion King, yeah, it got better soundtrack. Yeah, I know people say why it's not behind Little Mermaid. Because my childhood firstly, like Notre Dame, for a long time was my favourite Disney film, along with Aladdin. But again, it's one of those things that get older, you change in your mind about, oh, okay, you know what I mean? Change your mind about what films you like, all that stuff, and you see them differently. And just another thing too, I used to hate Lion King. I used to hate it as a kid. But I got older, I started to love Lion King for what it is. But as a kid, I would never touch that film. I thought it was, know what I mean? Talking out, another talking animal movie. But as I got older, my mind got more, developed. I love Lion King, and Notre Dame's one of those things the opposite way around. I used to love Notre Dame, but they got older and older. There's so many better films in front of it. And Hercules, I'm gonna put on great. As yeah, it's one of those movies that you watch all the times as a kid. Fun movie. Danny Vito as, the coast bit, you know what I mean? Danny Vito as Hercules, coast, you know what I mean? Perfect character for him, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's a better story, but at the same time, it's still a fun film to watch. Mulan. This is the hard one. There. All time great. Yeah, it may not be like unbelievable soundtrack. Like there's only one or two. I think there's one. Yeah, one good song. Yeah, there's a couple good, okay songs. Make a Man Out. You know what I mean? That's the best song, obviously. You know what I mean? But all the rest is storytelling that it's good. It's top. It's to me one of my favorite stories it told. Especially with Mulan. Yeah, there's. Again, it's one of those ones. I know I repeat myself quite a lot. Sorry about that. I know I repeat myself a lot about, it took stuff from the material, the wisdom material, and took it out. But at the same time, it's one of those ones you understand why, because the wisdom material, basically all the same until the end. and the end is kind of fucked up, know what I mean? And I think I kind of made up. It did that, know what I mean? Because it is fucked up. He says that the ending is bad, know what I mean? Like depressing. But on this reason, yeah, it's a fun movie, and yeah, it's good storytelling. Tarzan, up there as one time great. Again, with like Mulan, it had good storytelling and a good soundtrack too. But I still think Mulan's better because the story is a bit more better. You know, Tarzan got a better soundtrack, but Mulan still got a bit more better storytelling. But I'm gonna put Mulan ahead of it. But Tarzan, I it's nothing as a kid you watch all the time, and I love the songs. I love the story too. And I love how dark the opening is. The opening is quite fucking dark. Fantasia 2000. Oh, this is a hard one because I have a history with this, and I might do a video on it in the future because it is a hard one because I love Fantasia. I think it's so underrated. Then making another one for 2000, the new millennial. I was hyped for it. I thought, oh my god, I can't wait to see this. I saw it, and I have mixed feelings of it. And mixed feelings I had of it are disappointment at the same time, and joy at the same time of how it went down. I don't know. To me personally, I'm gonna say sit because I had big hype for this film. I did as a kid. And I watched it. I watched it about 2 months ago. The two Fantasias, and I remember watching the first one. I love it. The second one, the second one wasn't that bad, but at the same time, there's only two good segments in it. All the rest was shit. You know what I mean? That's my problem with Fantasia 2000. And the dinosaur, yes, it. And the funny story with dinosaur is I saw this in school. We went to a cinema trick in school, and we saw dinosaur, and God, it was bad. The story is bad. The animation, this is the thing too. This is not animation as now, CG animation as now. This is like early CG animation. And what makes it worse is this came out after Toy Story, if I remember that right. Yeah, I think it did. And Toy Story looked better. Yeah, I know people want to say that's not being fair because Pixar is different, you know what I mean? But at the same time, this is meant to be Disney. And compared to that, to Toy Story, I think Toy Story looks better. And yeah, there's nothing good I can say about Dinosaur. And yeah, it's it. I'm sorry. Anthony Groove. Okay, yeah, fair. The reason why I'm saying Anthony Groove on up there is the stories from the humour. The reason why I'm saying it's the humour. The humour in this film is so fucking funny, and it's one of the best family movies for like a comedy in a way because it's got both adult jokes and kid jokes in it too. And I don't love the characters. Like our Clonk, I think Clonk is one of those funny characters. Yeah, he's a sidekick villain, but at the same time he's a stupid one, and you don't know he's a villain in a way. You know what I mean? He's thinking he's doing something good, but even though he's just being, stupid, he's a kind-hearted person, but who's stupid. You know what I mean? Isma, she's like a funny, fun villain too, and Cusco, who's a selfish prick, but at the same time you love him too. It's one of those ones. So, yeah, it's up there. Atlantis. I gonna say watchable. Now, I love Atlantis. I think Atlantis is a very good film, but there's problems with it. I think the marketing for it was bad, and I think the problem is one of the films that do drag too long near the end, and it is a bit predictable too. And as soon as you see the villain, yeah, you know who the villain is straight away. It's one of those ones. Yeah, I know people will say, but Tarzan got the same problem. But what made Tarzan stand out more is the soundtrack and the storytelling done a lot more better. Yet the weakness was a villain. but at the same time, there was more to it. With Atlantis, there was not more to it, sadly. Where was this? Yeah, WM Mulan. Fantastic storytelling, and yeah, it's about very fantastic storytelling about family and what a weird way to teach that lesson with aliens. Yeah, no, I mean, and it works. Some weird reason it works, and it's a Tom movie too. So yeah, Leo's this is up there as all time great. Treasure Planet, great. I think Treasure Planet is so underrated, and it's sad it failed in the box office because at the time it came out, 2D animation wasn't doing well. I think people got more invested in CG animation, and the problem is now, not like now, people don't give a fuck about it now. People care about story now, but back then, people care about gimmicks. Yeah, no, people do now a bit, but at the same time, you gotta admit, back then, some of the 2D animated films that flopped are questionable. Why did this flop? You know, and this is one of them. You got Walter Eldorado, which is again unbelievable, underrated films. But some weird fucking reason, Treasure Planet was the same, way, and that flopped too. And I think basically Treasure Planet is a modern day version of Treasure Island. And the weird thing is, no stuff like that do not work, but some weird reason this does. And the way it made the world and the characters too, yeah, I think it's one of the best. Now, is it all time classic? No. But I think Twilight Planet could have potentially be something special with series of films, or even like back then they do TV shows. And I think Twilight Planet could have been easy as been a good TV show too to go on with the movie, you know what I mean? But sadly, yeah, it's you know what I mean? It flopped. But a bear. No. There. Butter Bear's a weird one because I didn't like Butter Bear when it first came out. But then I watched it, the more I start to like it, not to like it, to love it. I the story it told about this asshole man who got tasted a bear and then he realised what life is and basically he started hanging with a club who got no one in his life and yeah, it's a brutal story told. But I would not put it on top of all time great, but at the same time, it's still a good charming story it's told. Home and Aways. Shit. Yeah. It was bad. That is a bad film, and I don't. This is where DC went their lowest and the lowest, and you see why? Because what the fuck going on in their heads? I'm really Home and Aways. Why? You know what I mean? Why? You know what I mean? You know, basically the story about the three cows and basically the farm getting closed down. But the weird controversy with that is she bought this milk cow. I think it's played by Rosie O'Donnell. Um, she the owner bought the cow and basically a day later the farm's getting closed down for paying the bills. Like, so you're not paying the bills, but you can afford to get a cow. Another cow on your farm. I wonder why your farm is failing. Know what I mean? And why is saying so? These three cows escaped the farm to try to fund money or help, or you call it stop and closing the farm down. And somehow this man who kidnapping cows, by playing music, piping to brainwash them, and he tried to get the farm cheaper so he can get again. Weird fucking movie, and you can see why it fucking failed on because there's nothing to it. Chicken Little, still I say it's an improvement from Home and Aways. It's an improvement, but at the same time, it's like, what is this film? Basically, the whole town, just the whole movie, is the whole town of being fucking pricks to this poor chicken, including his own dad, to a point where he saw an alien, and the whole town took a mick at him, including like making video games, making pop movies based on this, idiot chicken. I'm like, come on, it's a kid. And basically, this whole film was the town being dicks, and you know what's gonna happen at the end, as all the town said, "Oh, you're telling the truth." It's like, really? You know what I mean? It's bad. It's very bad. But at the same time, compared to Home Away and Dinosaur, yeah, it's a bit better. So, Meet the Robinsons. As like I said, this is the time with DC going downhill, with most of the films are flopping, and the good reason why it's flopping too, as the last three we just talked about then was a bit of mixed bag. Like, yeah, the only good that he had was Treasure Planet, but again, that flopped because of people being fucking idiots back then, you know what I mean? And again, I'm one of those people too. I'm not calling anyone. I'm one of those people too, because it's the thing that I saw posters of this. I went, you know what I mean? I skipped on it, and it would be more back then. I was like, fuck this, I want to see it on the big screen. But again, you know, then we got Meet the Robinsons, and I'm gonna say great. As this is one of the good films they done during that era. As Meet the Robinsons, yeah, it's one of those movies that you know the twist is going to be from the first minute. But at the same time, I love the message of, keep going forward, virtually, don't give up. And it's a very good message for kids, and it's still a fun film to watch, too, for families, you know what I mean? So, both, I'm going to say watchable. As the reason I said watchable, because it's just a dog who thinks who's a movie star, but he thinks every scene is real. Basically, all the movies he done, he thinks it's real. And I'm not being fucking nasty, but that's fucking cruel, you know what I mean? I'm a bit messed up in a way, and there's not more than that. Basically, it's just again, it's not bad. It's watchable. But at the same time, it's like, whatever, no. I mean, actually, I changed my mind. I'm gonna put it behind Atlantis, no. I mean, I think Atlantis is more watchable than both, you know what I mean? Princess and the Frog, again, another film that sort of done much better in the theatre. And I'm gonna put it just behind of Notre Dame. I think it's up there as all-time best. He got a good villain. Again, even the villain song is so fucking catchy. All the songs, again, it's so good, and the culture too. It again ends about the music, the animation, brutal film. And again, I think it didn't flop. It made money, but it didn't make money what DC thought it was going to make. And sadly now, because it's 2D animation, that's what it blamed back then. Now people want to see. I think we're getting a series based on this on Disney Plus, which again, I think Disney's all realising now that 2D animation can make an impact still. But we still got a long while to wait, because I think that's the last one we got on 2. I know there's one more there, but technically that's not a proper one really. I will explain that in a minute. Tangled, I'm gonna say we did. I'm not booking there yet. Tangled, Tangled, I'm gonna say just behind Prince of the Frog. It's good, but I think Prince of the Frog is a better story, and the soundtrack's better too. But Tangled is so much fun. Tangled is a fun film to watch. It's got good humour. The animation is gorgeous, and again, it's a good take on Pocahontas. The hair, Rapunzel, sorry, I get mixed up. It's a good take on her, making it more fun, a bit more modern. You know what I mean? Well, making it like old modern, but it's a fun little take on it. Winnie the Pooh. Hmm. This is the one I said before. I'm gonna put it just right next to Wassable. Because technically, it's just like the first Winnie the Pooh. It's not bad as I know people will say, but why you say Princess the Frog the last animated film? Technically, this is a film, but it's like a collection of shorts, basically. The same thing as, Winnie the Pooh, basically. It's like, I know people swagged it off, but at the same time, I'm thinking, why didn't swag off that one too, know what I mean? Because basically, that does the same thing too. So, yeah. And Whack It Wealth, we did. I'm not putting it yet. Whack It Wealth, I'm gonna say, yeah, it's an all-time great because again, then this film got announced. I thought it's a good idea, all video game characters in this, know what I mean? Blah blah blah, Bambi in the video game world, and the story idea as a villain, a video game, got tired being the villain, and he wanted to do, be the hero for once, and yeah, that's a good idea for a film. I was worrying because all the marketing for like was cameo from all the video games, and the cameos is not that heavy impact. That's what made this film better to me. It focused more on the story, and it's a very enjoyable story. So yeah, well, yeah, it's up there as all time great. Frozen, oh, yeah, okay. I'm gonna put it. There. Now, don't attack me. Frozen is a good film. My problem with Frozen is it's missing one more song to make it like make it like better than Prince of the Frog. With Prince of the Frog, it had a good villain song, it had a good song from Veggie, from the cast. With Frozen, yeah, it had a good song from Aunt, the two sisters, Anna, Elsa, and the trolls. You know what I mean? But the thing is, it don't have a good villain song. I know people will say technically it's Elsa, but she's not a villain. She's not misunderstood. Technically, the villain, if you really know the twist, is that fucking asshole prince, know what I mean? Who tried to marry Anna, know what I mean? I would have loved to see him singing a song, make this film stand out a bit more. Big Hero 6, I'm gonna say, oh great. And just the thing, years ago, I said this was an all-time classic, but at the same time, more and more I watched it. Yeah, it's good. I think the reason why more people thought an all-time classic is because that death scene with the brother in the beginning of the film, and the time of too. But I think Lion King done a better job on that, and it told a better story. Yeah, the story we had at Big O Six. Yeah, the the what called the lesson about the story is about events is bad, and go out for events could you know go wrong, which again good message there. But I still think there's so many better films with that message done a better job. You know what I mean? But I will not say that it's watchable. I say it's a great film still, and it's still better than what I said on ODs here. I still says it's still better than that. But at the same time, it's like, you know what I mean? It's still good, but I do see why people get pissed off saying that. It's not all time great. I was those people who's like, all time great. Now I'm thinking, yeah, it's not up there, but it's still good. Meanwhile, Utopia, I'll tell you that, not there, not there. I'll just fix that. Meanwhile, Utopia is, yeah, Utopia is up there as all time great because the world is made so small. I know people say, yeah, but it's the same thing with animals and other DC movies. Yeah, but the world is done. It's so fucking. If you watch it, the whole world is done so fucking small. Each session is like their own environment, and not just that, the backgrounds too is so amazing. And When you see like a mice got air leases, you know what I mean, and the big animals got their ways of getting this stuff too, and also the message too about which I quite saw how dark the message is about racism. Basically, that's what it's about. Racism. It is. It's about racism. We place the skin color with predators and carnivores. You know what I mean? We play those two. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. We got the meat eaters who's now getting Ellen's fears because he used to eat animals back in the day, and meanwhile all the people who don't eat meat act like the good ones, even though there's still a bad bunch of them in that group. With again, like in all races, there's some races. Again, like I don't be into politics. I'm not a politics person, but in any single ways, there's always a bad bunch of them. You know what I mean? White, black, Asians, Muslims. You know what I mean? There's always a bad bunch. You know what I mean? In anything, you know what I mean? And I think that's what this film shows us. No matter what race you're in, everyone can be an asshole. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna say Utopia is up there all time great. Moana. We did not put that there. Again, Moana. Yeah, I think Moana is up there. Nothing I change my mind. I think Moana is there. I think Moana is good. You got a good soundtrack. The music is good. The animation, God, it's gorgeous to look at. And there's nothing too yet to sit. The singing with Dwayne Johnson. Yeah, he's not good at singing, but at the same time, you don't have to be good at singing. It's about the way you sing in it. And Dwayne Johnson, you can tell without even knowing the behind the scenes, he's having fun in this film. Every single second he's on screen, even if he's not singing, just talking, he's having fun with this film. And not just him, all the cast members in this too. And this film is so powerful too, with the message too near the end. And again, it's often as one of the best of animations. Whack it well, whack the internet. Oh God. Possible. Again, it's not shit. I know some people attack me and say, "Oh, it's awful." I think it's watchable, but at the same time, I can see why people got pissed off compared to the first Whack It Well. Unbelievable film, good story. This one is just like, eh. And sadly enough, it had potential too. I was excited by this, but while going to the internet, you're gonna go to online gaming, which it technically did. But it was, instead of going to that route, because the whole point of Whack It Well is about video games and all that. Instead, it went to like memes and YouTube stuff like that. I'm like, really? You got your video game movie. We can go like online gaming, all modern gaming like microtransactions and stuff like that. All stuff that modern gaming is spanner. That could be so much perfect to put that in there, but instead, no. Let's do memes and YouTube and stuff like that. It's like, know what I mean? Know what I mean? And Frozen 2. This is a hard one, Frozen 2, as I'm not going there yet. Frozen 2 is a hard one because, to me, I think the story's better, but the problem is, it's the soundtrack is not better. I'm going to say, just there, I think Frozen 1 is still better, but at the same time, I think Frozen 2 is up there as one of the best. The story, again, the story is good, the story, and it explores more about the parents and stuff like that. The answers you want from the first film, it do explore more on. And it's Elsa's finding herself too. It's again, I love that he focused on that too, because the first one is about Anna, basically. I know people say, Elsa ran away, all that stuff. Yeah, but it focused more on Anna, which again, not a bad thing in the sequel, which they don't. I thought it common sense, they're going to focus more on Elsa, which they did. And yeah, it's a good little story for here. But the problem I had with it, they only had one or two good songs. Actually, three. Yeah, three good songs. Not compared to the Frozen, but even though good songs not better than or on the same level as Frozen one. But I still think the story's better. The last two, Where and the Last Dragon. I'm gonna say great. The reason I'm saying great on Where and the Last Dragon is the story's very good. It is good. And the message too about trauma and all that stuff is fantastic too. But at the same time, I think there's better movies that told that lesson better. But at the same time, it's still a good watchable film. Not watchable, great film. And Encanto, we're there. I'm not we're there yet. Encanto, oh yeah, third. I think Encanto is an unbelievable film for everything. First, almost everything. Like first, you got the animation. To me, I think this is Disney's best looking film ever made. It is gorgeous to look at. The colours, the world they made, everything. The background is so beautiful in this. Second is the characters. 87 characters, including the ones. Sorry about that. Way to fix this. 87. Sorry about that. What I'm saying, all the characters, even the ones that don't have much screen time, are so outstanding, and you want to see them more. And I can easily do an hour or two review, video on why what about these characters, what make these characters special. That how good these characters are, even though most of them you only see like 5 minutes. But at the same time, you can see I got unbelievable stories in them. And the lesson too about family trauma in the past causing, affecting, your future generations. So powerful too. And yeah, I think this is a beautiful film, and the soundtrack too. Every single song is so catchy, and it's good with Colombian culture too. I think, yeah, it's up there as one of the best. It has to be, and not just that. Don't forget about Bruno. All this year that we all heard, because the song is so fucking catchy, and that's what one of the songs. Again, like I said before, all the songs in this movie is catchy. I think it's up there as one of the best animated films of all time. So, here's my tier list for the Disney films of October 2022. Now, could Strange World would what be? I don't know. Be honest with you, I can't see it being an all-time great. The reason why I'm saying that is because what the type of film is doing with. I think this is more story based, the way it looks like. I think it could be a great film. Again, I could be wrong. It could be blowing people's minds saying this is a great film, all time classic. But again, got to wait and see. But so far now, it looks good. So my question today is, what your favourite Disney film? I'd like to hear it. Or what your worst Disney film? I'd like to hear it on the comments. And also, if you want to see more tier list videos like this in the future, please leave a like in this video. And you want to see more stuff like this and reviews, like I said, please subscribe to my channel. This has been a Who Cares. See you on the next one.